Alright, Coop tour September 2015. Just going to do a little tour of my coop and run and show you guys how I have it set up, and maybe you guys will have some ideas for your own coops and runs. Alright, well, we'll start off with the run. First of all, I found this big long crate in a guy's front yard. They were doing some home renovations, and there was just this long wooden crate sitting out in front of the house. So I stopped and asked them if I could have it, and they gave it to me. So I had to modify it a bit, make the doors, put the fencing on, but overall I got lucky and found a really nice long rectangular box that was already ready to go. So that worked out good. I did have to put pressure treated doors on it. But we just have a tarp on the top, and the chickens are free range, so they're not in there, but they do go in there when it's raining and when they want some shelter or whatever. On the end here we have the duck house. Here's my ducks right here, actually. Black Swedish on the right, that's Stella. My middle duck is Dino, he's Khaki Campbell, and then on the end there is my blue Swedish mix, and that is Cora. But this is their little duck house. I just threw this together real quick. It took me about a day. It's just a little A-frame. I built it off of a pallet base, a small pallet I cut to size. Look at him being a jerk to everybody. This whole back door, this whole back side is a door. And we just take that off there. He's gonna come get me. So yeah, it opens up like that and allows us to get in there and clean it out. And Stella lays in there every day, no problem. So it's been working out pretty good. Hi, chicken. So it's my little duck house. The material is actually pond liner, and it's actually worked really good, and it's super dry in there. I used that on the chicken coop as well. I didn't want to deal with shingles, and this was just much easier to staple some PVC pond liner on there. Another feature of my run is this PVC watering system. It's a 5-gallon bucket. I had to buy a flange to go on the bottom of the bucket. Can't really see it up there. And then I bought that little switch right there. What's the word I'm looking for? But then we added some poultry nipples to it, and the chickens picked it up really easy. I'm super happy with this system. See if I can get my hand in there. Comes out real easy. They picked it up no problem when they were babies, and I'm really happy with the system. I can fill that bucket up and it lasts at least a week, and it's super easy and just works. And this side I have a threaded end where I can unscrew that and flush the system out. And we just threw a couple random perches in there, and they will go on those. I have a random tree in there right now just to give them some shelter, and they kind of get a kick out of that. And then their hanging food basket. There's my rooster, Odin. He's a Buff Orpington. And that pretty much brings us to the coop itself. Walk around. There is one of my Asian blues, and Bernadette, my ISA brown. Excuse me, girls. There's Ophelia, my Buff Orpington. So, we originally were going to have this chicken coop butted up to the run, just like the duck house. But after a while, we realized it would be nice to maybe let them have a little bit more space. So all this fencing I got for free from an awesome friend of mine. And the fence posts, actually, I got from him too for free. So we had the material, so we just made a bigger space for them. And it kind of allows us to keep them in there in the morning to make sure the ladies are actually laying in the nesting boxes. We've had a few wanting to go out in the woods to lay. So having more space allows them to hang out in the mornings and go in the box when they are ready to lay. So, the chicken coop. First off, we'll just say it's pretty much probably 85% free wood, pallet wood mainly. All the panels that you see on the outside are all pallet wood. This was my own design, completely made myself. I did draw it up in 3D on the computer and Google SketchUp, and then built it. I'm really happy with it. It's on wheels. It's not a chicken tractor because it's way too heavy to move like regularly, but those wheels allow me to actually move it around. I built it in my garage, didn't know how I was going to get it out here because it's extremely heavy, and then thought about putting a wheel system on it, and that was a very happy day for me when I actually was able to move it with those wheels. So they worked. I actually left these two handles kind of here out front, so it's kind of like a wheelbarrow. Just pick it right up and it rolls backwards really easily, actually, so it's awesome. Again, this is that pond liner. Seems to be working great. It's nice and dry in there, no issues. I insulated the whole thing. It's built on a pallet, one pallet. It's a standard pallet, and then I basically built a box on top of a pallet. I insulated the walls with that foam insulation sheeting, that plastic, that pink foam sheets that you can buy from like Home Depot. I insulated the whole thing. I do live in Wisconsin where it gets pretty dang cold in the wintertime. Cool feature of my coop is this hinged roof. You can see this one's propped up right now. It's like 90 degrees out here today, so we propped this side up. But both sides hinge up, and it allows us to get inside easy if we want to check on them or whatever without disturbing them too much. And then this side is our nesting boxes. And there's no eggs, gotta check. But I have 3 pretty good sized nesting boxes and have had no issues with the chickens using them. They use all 3, which is cool. And we don't bother them. We just pop this up and look at them, and if they're doing their business, we can quickly close it and let them do their business. But I only had to buy one 4x8 sheet of plywood and I think one 4x4 pressure treated 4x4 and one couple pressure treated 2x4s for the bottom there, because I knew they would be in the dirt and figured that would be best. I have vents in both sides to give them some airflow, and then this big back door here, just again carabiner, some latches. It's hard to do with one hand. Come on. Alright, this thing opens up, nice and big opening there so I can clean it out really easily. We have the 2 roosting bars. Yeah, they're removable so you can clean it out easily. There's one on this side and one on this side. This one actually has space underneath the nesting boxes. So it doesn't look very tall, but they actually have another 3 or 4 inches there. And they all pretty much climb onto this one. They really like this one underneath. I think that makes them feel nice and secure. And then the rooster and like one hen usually sit on this side. But they're able to hop up into the nesting boxes no problem. And overall, I'm really happy with it. I think should work well. I don't plan on heating it this winter since it's insulated. I think they're probably going to be alright. If I do have to heat it, I'll have to figure that out. But for now, I'm really happy with the design, and it seems to be working. So, also, I guess I should mention real quick, this actually hinges up too, so if I want to move it, I can hinge up this and easily move it. But now that it's in place, I don't move it if I can help it because it's heavy. So that's pretty much the tour of my duck and chicken run and coop setup. Hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.